What exactly is under a Breen's suit? You'll find out right after this. Hey everybody, I am Taylor from Beard vs. Geek, where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Today we are back in the Star Trek universe, and we are talking about that very mysterious species in the Alpha Quadrant, and quite possibly one of the top 3 most aggressive species in the Alpha Quadrant, and that would be the Breen. Now, since the Breen have mainly kept to themselves, there is a lot of mystery and a lot of speculation about the Breen. For example, what do they even look like? You see, whenever the Breen are seen by anyone, they're always wearing this type of suit. Now, the Breen is rather technologically advanced, and they are known for having great refrigeration technology. And because of this piece of technology, many have speculated that the Breen live on a glacier planet, where the entire planet is just covered with ice, and it is extremely cold. This has led to the belief that these suits that the Breen walk around in are refrigeration suits, meant to keep their bodies cold when they go off-world. However, there's a little catch to that. And that comes from that very interesting source, Weyoun from Deep Space Nine. You see, Weyoun, as being an agent of the Dominion, served in many capacities, and one of which was as an envoy and an ambassador to the Breen, and who said in passing, well, I'll just have him tell you.
You know those refrigeration suits they wear?
What about them?
I'm sure you've read the intelligence reports that say that their home world is a frozen wasteland. Well, it's not. The climate on their home planet is quite comfortable.
Then why do they wear refrigeration suits?
They won't say. You see what I mean? They're full of surprises.
I mean, the Breen, they are pretty, well, let's face it, they look really damn buff. But this leads to an overall mystery around the Breen and what they even look like. I have 2 theories about what is under a Breen's suit, or why they even wear the suit. Let's begin with number 1. Now, according to Dr. Julian Bashir in the episode The Purgatory Shadow, he said that the Breen have no circulatory system and no blood. Most creatures on Earth that we know of have some sort of blood or some sort of circulatory system. That is basically blood pumping to a heart, which is going out through arteries and back through veins in order to deliver oxygen and nutrients to all of the cells. However, there are a few species who do not have a circulatory system. For example, the flatworm, the jellyfish, and the sea anemone. So how exactly do they live, and do they get oxygen to their cells and nutrients to their cells? Well, it's very simple. They absorb it from the water around them. So it is possible that the Breen wear these suits not because they're refrigeration suits, but because they circulate water around their bodies. And that water is rich with oxygen and nutrients that they need to survive off-world. Now, although Weyoun said that Breen was a very pleasant place, every planet that has complicated life forms on it, except, 1 or 2, has water. And according to the physical features, the Breen are fairly humanoid. Therefore, I submit to you that the Breen first developed in the water, and that they absorb oxygen and nutrients from their surrounding water on their home planet in order to make sure that they grow. Now, the invention in order to live from water onto land must develop some insane level of technology. For example, humans right now, we are barely able to scratch the surface as to even dreaming about having a sustainable society beneath the waters and the oceans of Earth. It would be like the similar thing. The Breen would have to develop an insane amount of technology to be able to thrive and survive while on the surface of their homeworld, let alone on different planets. My second theory is all about the Breen being mysterious and extremely good fighters. In fact, Rom, an engineer at Quartz and DS9, said that he would put the Breen as in one of the top 3 most dangerous species. The other 2 being the Nausicaans and the Klingons, so that's a very exclusive club. Now, the Breen are extremely good at combat, and that is primarily because of their energy-dampening weapons. Now, this level of technological development and this type of warfare reminded me of Sun Tzu's The Art of War.
Not that book. Don't bring that book out. That's just for ancient Chinese warriors.
Oh, really? Really? How about when Ted's tackle box threatened to open a store a mile from us, huh? Listen, I used the tactic on page 37, right here.
Is that in Chinese?
The point is, I bribed the realtor to sell us the lot, remember? Because all war is deception, according to the great Sun Tzu.
Now, according to Sun Tzu, all war is based on deception. This was used to great effect in World War II and the landing at D-Day. The Allies made it look like they were actually going to invade Northern Europe when really they were looking to strike at Normandy in France. Now, in order to make the Nazis believe that they were striking in a different location with such force, the Allies erected all kinds of deceptions, including increasing chatter in Scotland and leaking certain transmissions to the Nazis on purpose. Deception is key to a lot of victories. And with that, the Breen have proved to be extremely useful. For example, they deceived the entire Alpha and Beta Quadrant for, I don't know, a couple hundred years? Making them believe that the Breen were this mysterious species that's off in the corner and minds their own business, when really they came out and had massive weapons technology that almost won an entire galactic war. Therefore, the Breen adopted a second one of Sun Tzu's teachings: appear weak where you are strong, and strong where you are weak. Therefore, my second theory submits to you that the Breen, in their brilliant tactical and military capacities and their penchants for technology, created the idea and the law that any Breen who goes off-world has to wear a suit to make the Breen both appear strong to some species and weak to others. A species might look at the suit, hear about the refrigerator technology, and think, if I just disable the suit, I can destroy a bunch of Breen. Or a different species could look at the suit and think, holy cow, they're really imposing. I do not want to mess with them. Therefore, accomplishing two different goals. Now, there are, in fact, at least two people in the entire galaxy who we know must have seen what a Breen looks like without their suit. And that would be Gul Dukat and Kira Nerys. Did you pick up on that episode where they were freeing Dukat's daughter and those rest of the prisoners from the Breen dilithium mine? How they incapacitated a couple of Breen and put on their suits? Well, in order to put on someone's clothing, you must first undress the clothing from the person, which means that these two people saw exactly what a Breen looked like without the suit. I don't know about you, but to me, that seems rather fishy, leading more evidence to theory number 2 and less evidence to theory number 1. This fact cannot be avoided. So let me know what you think a Breen's suit is really for in the comment section down below. And in the meantime, go ahead and subscribe. Great manly and geeky videos are coming out every week where I show you it is okay to be a man and a geek at the same time. Be sure to click on one of these two videos right here for some more manliness and geekiness. Because after all, if the women don't find you manly, they should at least find you geeky. And until next time, don't go shaving on me.